Alright guys, we are back with some more Monster Energy Supercross 4. Today we have 2022 Arlington. This track, it came out pretty decent in the game. It is kind of fun, but the track itself, it just sucks. And I don't know why, but Arlington always seems to have such a bad track design. I mean, last year's track kind of sucked. This year's track feels very one-line, cookie cutter, whatever you want to call it. There isn't much to it. And unfortunately, it is a Triple Crown race, so a lot of racing on it, and it just seems like a boring track. It does have one kind of unique feature where the bridge is, which we'll talk about when we get to that point, but yeah, overall, just kind of not impressed with Arlington 2022. So here we have Arlington 2022. The track is decent enough in the game. I feel like it does have some fun parts to it, but in real life, I feel like this track, it's going to be, one of those tracks where whoever gets a whole shot probably is going to end up winning the race, especially considering they are going to be shorter main events since it is a Triple Crown. So it just feels like that kind of track where, I don't know, it just feels like it could be, we really don't know. Maybe it'll be better than I hope it's going to be, but based off the design, it just feels like whoever gets the whole shot is just going to kind of run away with it. It doesn't feel like there's any part of the track that is going to have like a ton of line choice on it. These whoops are a bit bigger in the game. The section of whoops is longer than it probably is going to be in real life, but I mean, unless they make the whoops crazy difficult, it just doesn't feel like the track has anything unique about it besides that bridge. So off the starting gate, there is a jump that I don't have there because that jump it appears to become a berm after you go under the bridge. You don't hit that jump again after you hit the first turn off the start straight. That is one difference because just the way you have to make the start straights in the game, that's the way it had to be. I couldn't have a jump and have it be a berm later, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, the track is correct to the way it should be, but it just, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you enjoy this track design? Do you think it's going to be or provide good racing? Is it boring? I don't know. I mean, some of the tracks like the whoops at A3 were maybe a bit much because especially the 250 class, but even the 450 guys, that whoop section was crazy. I don't want the riders to get hurt here. That doesn't make for good racing either, but this just seems so boring, and I haven't checked out. I mean, I did briefly look over the track designs for all the tracks this year, and I know Arlington was one of those tracks that I felt like was going to kind of suck, but it doesn't mean the racing won't be good. Just, again, I feel like the track isn't that fun. It is kind of fun in the game, that rhythm section, the way I built it. I don't believe they'll be hitting the track the way we're hitting it, but it was just, I've been saying that it was just fun to build the track this way in the game. Now, I also do have some third person, and we also did make a second track. The second track is exactly the same as this track, but that first, or not the first rhythm section, but the first real rhythm section off the start is different. You can hit it a couple different ways, and I do show you, but that's at the very end of the video. And here we're going to switch over to some third person in a second for you third person guys who don't enjoy the first person. I play in third person, but it is fun to watch it back in first person. So I want to talk about the race a bit. We're about halfway through the video. The 250 race was kind of a snoozer. It was a bit boring. Lawrence got out front. Well, no, wait, he did make a pass on Faulkner, but that was pretty early, and then he just led the entire race. He won, and Faulkner got second, and then McAdoo got third. And basically, the top 5 guys maintained like a 2, 3, or 4 second gap between each other. So, pretty boring race. Not much happened. Even as stacked as the East Coast is supposed to be, not much happened. But the 450 race, that was pretty boring too, actually, for the most part, except for the end. So Webb got out front. I think he got a whole shot, and then led for a bit. And then Sexton passed him, Anderson passed him, and Stewart passed him. But he did stay close to him, so he has improved. I don't know if it's the tracks or he's getting more comfortable with the bike. He did stay with him, and then Stewart washed the front end in a corner. Webb got by, and then the last lap or the second last lap, Sexton wadded the bike up bad, really bad. Came out of a corner, hit the second on-off table going across the start straight, and the front wheel just like caught. The suspension compressed, and the front wheel, the bike just came to a stop on the jump face, and he went flying, hit the second jump really bad. They showed pictures of the front wheel after the race, and that wheel was bent. Like, it's like they stuck it in a vise and then hammered on it. It was bent so bad. I haven't seen anything quite like that. That was insane. And he got up, but he appeared to be a bit dazed. You know, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know, but he appeared to have a concussion, but doesn't mean he did. It just kind of seemed to be that way. And Anderson went on to win. Webb got second, and Muscan got third. So it was kind of a gift to Anderson, but man, you never want to see that. That was nuts. Chase had that race won, like secured. It was his win. He led most of the race. It was crazy. And I know Sexton has that stuff happen to him sometimes, but this just seemed uncharacteristically odd. I mean, I know it happens to him, but it was so weird. And then that was the race. It was actually not that crazy until the very end of the 450 race, but yeah, I don't know. Tomac got a not great start, and then he ran into the back of Ferrandis. I'm not sure where, but it was an accident. And Roxon, I think he went down, but nobody said anything about it. And Tomac got back to 7th and has the points lead, but only by 3 points. So yeah, this is the second track we built. I wanted to show it to you, how this section is a bit different, but that's about it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the race, the season, the track. Curious to see. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.